I'm a man in my 50s, and I can prove it. Here's how. I'm wearing slippers while making this video, and I have no friends. True story. But I think I'm okay with it. Not in the conventional sense anyway, in the way that I would have talked about having friends in my 20s or 30s. I'm exaggerating a little bit. And it's not because I don't know cool people. I have people that I would call friends. I have people that I could call if I needed help. It's just that we don't do those good friend things all the time together now. Hanging out and things are spontaneous. That's just part of being this age, I think. We don't really pal around, or we don't do friend stuff as such. I think. Sometimes you find that those friends you had and you are not on the same path, and that can just lead to making it a lot harder for you to spend time together. If it's not that, it's that I'm antisocial. I don't want to think that. Nah. Kind of works like this. My life is just a lot different than my friends. They have different sets of life circumstances. So different factors that are going to make their time availability different than mine, maybe even our interests. For example, my first friend that I never hang out with. Without children and without a long-term life partner, they have an entirely different day and night than I do. Most of his days are consumed with work and dating. He doesn't have a wife. He doesn't have kids. I'm married. I've got children. He kind of needs a wingman, and I don't want to do that. I never had a skill set for it, and I don't have any interest in it. So there's that. Now, as much as dating at 50 produces some interesting stories to tell me, it's only so relatable for me. Same goes for him. The stuff that my day-to-day involves, not being allowed in the bathroom because one man in the house has no business there, that doesn't really resonate with him. None of that really matters. The fact remains, though, that we have extremely different experiences at middle age. Another good friend of mine, he has a life partner but never had children. So that led to some obvious differences in the way our lives played out over the last 15 years or so. He leaned into his career. He's very successful. Travels quite a bit. He and his wife have the advantage of time and money to go traveling and do all kinds of things that parents, think they want to do but never can. And so that's a different lifestyle from, my wife and I and our two children. We have different reference points for a lot of stuff. He spends a ton of his time working, maybe stressing more than I ever could, because it's just a more important job than I've ever had. For better or for worse, that has led us in slightly different paths. Got another friend, he's got the child, but he doesn't have the partner. So that means that his life plays out in a different way than all of the others as well. Now, he doesn't date, but he does spend an awful lot of time working just to pay the bills. I've got a partner, we have the advantage of a dual income, and that's super helpful when you're raising kids. His time restraints are more about having to work more. He doesn't have that advantage, so he doesn't have that time. He's been doing his job as a parent. And that's meant that our timing never quite seems to work out. And, I've got another friend who does have a lot more in common with me in that we've got children the same age who are friends. It's how we met, as a matter of fact. And he's got a partner. So, got the family unit exactly the same as me. Difference here, though, is his work life is extremely different. He's been a freelancer the entire time I've known him, which means that he's kind of at liberty to have fun like a boy would, whereas I've always had to get up and grind away at work. Not saying that he isn't smarter than me, just saying that we have different time restraints. And so that has led sometimes to having trouble syncing up. And maybe that's the issue I'm hoping to address today with this, is that synchronization of these various issues that come up in our lives and become entrenched at this age, they can start to become obstacles if we let them, or if we let them bother us. Because the truth is, I'm not particularly butthurt that I don't spend a ton of time with my friends. I mean, I am older. And again, not that I don't see any of these people and that we don't occasionally get together and have a great time and laugh and this and that, but it's not the kind of companionship that you enjoy in your 20s and 30s. And sometimes that can lead to a little bit of loneliness. These guys probably experience loneliness for their different reasons too, and they would have complaints that might center around the fact that my life is different than theirs and therefore we can't. It's also hard. Those slippers aren't just for today. That's kind of a common thing for me, and I like to go to bed early because I get tired and I function better in the mornings now than I used to. Used to be a night owl, now I'm a morning owl. Good luck getting your buddies together to go drinking at 6 a.m. That's it, In any event, I'm hoping that maybe there's something here that other people can relate to, and maybe you can let me know in the comments if this is just a Sean problem or if this has got a little bit more commonality to it, and we can perhaps dig into it further. I don't think I have the answer, but I suppose I could probably read a thing and research a bit and see what the experts have to say, or I could just wing it. Maybe I'll just wing it. As ever, I'll keep looking because, you know, Sean finds out.